Good morning. My name is Jim Mears. I am the principal, Construction Careers Academy, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to spend a few minutes with you this morning and explain some of the exciting things about what we do at CCA. As I mentioned, I'm the principal. We have 18 staff members at CCA. Mr. Enderlin is our vice principal. Ms. Ackles, she's a program coordinator. The three of us are the administrators on the campus. We have two counselors, Jaime Collazo and Melissa Clark. There are 18 staff members to include 8 instructors, and we're all here to make sure that all of our students have a successful and rewarding time in the 4 years that they spend with us here at CCA. Let me talk to you a little bit about some of the requirements to get into CCA. You must have a C average or better. We look at your conduct, which is discipline referrals, and we also look at your attendance. So what I try to do when I screen the applicants that apply to come here, I don't just look at the last year, but I'll take a look at all 3 years that you were in middle school and maybe even go back a little bit into elementary school to get a bigger picture of who the students are. And what I would tell you, if you've had a few bumps in the road with maybe conduct and grades and things like that or attendance, don't worry about it. We take all things into consideration, and we make sure that we take a look at the whole person when we're considering who is accepted or not. There are 6 different areas that you can study while you're here at CCA. We refer to these as strands. It's much like picking a major when you go to college. So when you apply to come to CCA, we're going to ask you, what do you want to study while you're here? And you will choose one of these 6 strands. You can actually choose more than one. You can put them in your priority. For example, if you were to choose architecture and design, but you also said, hey, I'm also interested in construction management, we would look at your first choice. And if we couldn't get you in under your first choice, then we may go to your second choice. But you can list as few as 1 or as many as 6. While you're here, there are 2 additional classes that you'll take at CCA. One is Principles of Construction. All 9th graders must take this class where they learn a wide variety of things related to the construction industry. And either during your 9th or 10th grade year, you'll take geometry and construction. There's only one geometry and construction class in the whole state of Texas. We have it here at CCA. So let's take a little closer look at these different strands. The first 3 strands that I'll talk about are referred to as our college strands. The first one being engineering. If you come here and study engineering, you're going to the primary emphasis here at CCA would be on civil engineering. Our instructor, Mr. Lauder, he spent many, many years as an engineer, owned 2 different businesses, and worked in a wide variety of areas of engineering. So he'll primarily focus on civil, but you'll also learn some things about mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and believe it or not, even aeronautical engineering. This is a picture of some students who built a bridge last year. They designed and constructed it and tested it out by having our forklift drive over the top of it. And you'll see some of the students, we teach a little bit in regards to surveying, and these students were at a competition for surveying. The second college strand is architecture. Mr. Gonzalez also teaches architecture at Incarnate Word University. And while you're here in our architecture strand, you will actually design a tiny home that we will build on our campus. And I'm going to show you some pictures here in a few minutes of those tiny homes. But our students learn things like SketchUp, AutoCAD, and Revit, and can get certifications in that. But the great thing about this program is if you want to be an architect, this program will really, really prepare you to go to school and study architecture in college. The third strand, which we refer to as a college strand, is construction management. Now, construction managers in the construction industry are the supervisors. When you come here and study this, you're going to learn all the basics about how to construct a home, how to build different structures, because if you're a manager, you need to know what the people are doing that you're supervising. So you're going to learn how to frame walls, how to put roofs in, how to put shingles, how to hang windows, put in doors, flooring, drywall. You're going to learn all of those things because if you're going to supervise people, you'll need to know that. You'll also need to learn how to do estimating, which is do a materials takeoff, determine how much material you need to construct a home, what it's going to cost, how many man hours, a whole host of things like that. And this will really prepare you to go to college and study construction management. Now, our next three strands are what we refer to as trade strands. The first one being plumbing, pipe fitting, and welding. We have a master plumber who teaches our plumbing students, and he also owns a business that he works in the evenings and on the weekends. So he brings a whole host of knowledge to our students here, and he'll help prepare our students to get licensed, to start working on their journeyman in the apprenticeship program. And we bring in a lot of business partners that will work with our students here. And the great thing about bringing in those business partners, they're looking for future employees. So we can help you either go to college and further your study in plumbing or welding, or we can help you find a job. Now, the same thing holds true with electrical and HVAC. We have a wonderful instructor here, Mr. Orta, who has many years of experience in the electrical and HVAC industry. He's also a journeyman, and he brings in a lot of business partners as well that are going to work with you and show you some additional things. And ultimately, in the end, if you want to work right out of high school, these business partners will match you up with one that will probably offer you a job. And the same holds true with our last strand, carpentry. Mr. Dixon spent many, many years in the construction industry, and our students that come in here, as you can see, these students in the top right-hand corner they're reading blueprints. We're going to teach you the basics from framing walls, constructing the walls, to roofing, to putting in doors and windows, drywall, a whole host of things. And while you're here, you will be part of constructing a home. These are some pictures of our freshmen in the principals construction class. You can see they're learning some of the basics, how to use the power tools, how to use hand tools, how to climb ladders. So we start with the very basics with our freshmen and build from there. Some of the things that you need to know about CCA if you come here, we are located on the campus of Earl Warren High School. We have our own building here. We have about 550 students enrolled at CCA. But when you come to CCA, you will also be taking classes with Warren. So you'll take your CCA classes here in our building. All the other classes like your math, science, and English, you'll go into the Warren buildings. So we're on the same campus. So during the day, what you do is you walk in between our building and the buildings at Warren. 30% of the students that we have here at CCA are female. So we encourage females to apply and come here. A lot of people think that construction is only males. That's not true. A lot of females are in the construction trades. We bring in about 150 freshmen each year. And while you're here, the great thing about it is at CCA, you're going to earn college credits. As a matter of fact, during your freshman year, you'll be dual enrolled with CCA and St. Philip's College, earning college credits. And there are many certifications that you can earn while you're a student at CCA. While you're here, we're going to do a number of college visits. One of the schools we seem to visit every year is Texas A&M up in College Station. We frequently go over to UTSA and some of the other local colleges. And the reason we do this, we want to expose our students to college. And so you can make sure that you know what it is that you want to do when you graduate high school, whether it is to go right into college or maybe look at going into the workforce first, or possibly even to the military. So we're going to help you explore all options. On here you see it says shadowing and internships. As I mentioned, we bring in a lot of business partners, and they're going to work with us and they're going to work with you. And at the same time, what they're doing while they're here is they're looking for future employees. So They may offer you some shadowing opportunities or internships to work in between your junior and senior year, or possibly right after you graduate. And ultimately, a lot of our students get jobs with these companies, and they'll work part-time while they're going to college, or they'll work full-time for them. We do a number of field trips here to different job sites and take you out to different places because we want to expose you to a whole lot more other than just what we do here on our campus. There are a number of service opportunities we have because as a student thinking about going to college, you need to build your resume, and community service is a very important part of your resume, so we'll help you there. 85% of our students participate in extracurricular activities, meaning that here at CCA, a number of our students are on athletic teams with Warren High School. We have this past year, probably about 40 of our students played football. A number of them play basketball and several play baseball. Half of the tennis team are CCA students. Cross country, you name it, any of the sports, we have CCA students participating with Warren. In addition to that, we're going to encourage you to participate in band, orchestra. A lot of our students are part of the ROTC program here at Warren. We want our students to have the full and complete high school experience, so we're going to encourage you, if you choose to participate in extracurriculars. Now, I've mentioned a little bit about tiny homes. That's one of the things CCA is really known for. And you'll see these two homes here. These homes, I want to stress to you, these homes are built by students. Now, you think about this. You know, we have our instructors that are helping, but ultimately, while you're here, you're going to be a part of this. If you're in architecture and engineering, you're going to be a part of designing these homes and doing some of the interior design and maybe some of the painting on these homes. If you're in the other strands, carpentry, plumbing, electrical, construction management, you're going to be hands-on involved in these things and constructing them. A lot of students think, wow, I just don't think I could do that. You're right. As a freshman, you won't be able to do it. But I promise you, you come here, we're going to teach you and provide you with all the support and give you all the skills for you to be able to build one of these homes. And the wonderful thing about it is you guys build these homes and we get to sell them to people in the public. And it's very rewarding for our students to be a part of that. Notice the decks that are built there. Those are built by students, the landscaping as well. This was a home that we built about 2 or 3 years ago. Beautiful landscaping there that our students did. We have business partners that will donate these plants to us. This is another home that we constructed about 4 years, and you'll notice in every one of these homes, the designs are different. That's because each year, a new set of students, the architect students, come up with a different set of plans that we approve, and our students start building them. This was a home we built about 4 or 5 years ago. It was constructed for a wounded warrior. And look at the decking, a huge deck on that, and the landscaping around it, all done by students. And this was a home that we built 3 years ago, and each year we take a home down to the San Antonio Home and Garden Show at the Alamo Dome. And that weekend, there were probably a couple of thousand people that actually walked through and toured the great work that our students do in our homes. I'm now switching gears to showing you some of the interior. You'll notice that on these walls and the ceiling, there's shiplap. That's really popular right now in the tiny homes. Keep in mind, the students installed all the cabinetry, all the appliances, did the interior design. This was a home that was designed and built about 3 years ago. Look at how it's staged. Our architecture students did all of that. This is a home we built about 5 years ago with an Oriental theme. This was one of the more popular homes we ever built. We actually sold this home for $55,000. It was a really popular home, all designed and constructed by our students. This is a home that we have on campus right now. We just recently sold it for $40,000. Beautiful cabinets in there. Notice in all the homes, except for a few of them, we put granite countertops. We spare no expense on these homes. This is the other end, the home you were just looking at the previous picture. Notice we installed a TV up the top. Up in the top, you'll notice there's a sleeping loft. These homes are limited in square footage, about 275 to 300 feet. So we have to maximize our space, and typically up in the top sleeping loft. Another home from about 4 years ago. And here is a sleeping. You'll notice here, this one's large enough to get a queen size mattress in there. And there again, the staging of the home, the decorations, all done by students. Here's a bathroom that we built in a home about 3 years ago. And this is a bathroom of a home that we have currently on the campus. Now, there are some different projects that our students do as well. Each year, our students generally are building sheds, and our sophomores will get involved in that because we need to teach them basic things like framing and roofing and building floors. And so we build these sheds and sell them to the public. These are a couple of sheds right here that did not sell. So we did some restructuring of these. And this shed on the right, we turned into a bunkhouse that would actually sleep about 6 people with bunk beds. And the one on the left, our students converted it and put a bathroom in there, a full bathroom, and a small kitchen. And we showed these at our tiny home showcase. And a lady from Bernie came up and said she absolutely loved it. Paid us, I think it was about $20,000 for these 2 sheds. And she's got them out on her property in Bernie. Some of the other things our students work on are deer blinds and chicken coops. We typically will build things, like I said, to teach our students framing, but at the same time, we build things so we can sell to the public, so we can recoup the funds of the money that we put in these things that we construct. We also have a program called Beyond the Four Walls, where we get our students off of the campus and out into the community and out to different parts of the country. This right here was a trip we took 2 summers ago to New York City. I went with our students. We had about 30 students go, and it had an architecture theme where we were looking at the architecture of New York City, but at the same time, we got to see all the sights, the sounds, went to a couple of Broadway shows, ate a whole lot more food than we probably should have eaten, Statue of Liberty, and a number of different things we saw. This is another picture of that trip. We were in Central Park at the John Lennon Memorial. And this is a field trip that we take each year. We take a small group of students out to New Braunfels and do leadership and team building activities. This is a group of architecture students. They were at a show called Confluence, where they had put together a project and they were presenting their project to people who came through to check it out. And it was at the Whitty Museum. And this is a group of students that we took to a home site, Chesmar Homes. Every year we'll go tour 2 or 3 different home sites, let our students check out the construction of different homes, talk to construction managers, carpenters, plumbers, different set of people, and just explore some of the options they have out there and be able to learn from being with them. Now, I'm come to the end of the presentation, but I want to stress that if you are interested in attending CCA, I want to tell you we would love to have you apply. If you talk to any of our students, one of the things that you would hear from them over and over and over is they will tell you that we have a family atmosphere here at CCA. And one of the reasons for that is we have about 550 students, so it's a smaller campus. Our students really get to know one another. They get to know their teachers. They get to know all of the staff here, and we get to know you as well. We would love to have you apply. If you apply, you see the website there to go to. You have until Monday, the 18th of January at midnight to apply. On the 29th of January, we'll start sending out letters of acceptance. You have until the 8th of January to determine whether or not you want to come. We're going to do an open house on the 23rd of February for all those students that are going to be coming to CCA. I want to tell you that I promise you that if you come to CCA, you will not regret it. You will thoroughly enjoy the 4 years that you spend with us. We will help you in any avenue that you want to pursue in the future after high school. So Guys, get on that website, apply to CCA, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.